Hey, welcome in, everybody. This is Drive. What's going on a Monday? We are live in the Finley Hyundai Studios. TA pushing the buttons. Paulie smiling ear to ear on a Monday. He's all geeked out. And Devin Dixon, I'm like a kid in a candy store. It's Thanksgiving week, baby. It's Thanksgiving week.
Yeah.
We're giving thanks all week long. We're talking sports. We are going to take Thursday, Friday off on the show, but we'll have shows for you the first half of the week first. We got a lot to get to on a Monday. Paulie, we love our Mondays, and we are absolutely juiced to get up and talk sports with everybody. So thanks for waking up with us here from the studio. Thanks for watching. If you've caught on, we are now streaming the show on our YouTube page. You can listen on the app. You can listen on the radio. St. George, Cedar. We're coming at you everywhere here on the Fan Sports Network. We feel like we got a good show for you today. Just one guest today. Pat Amico, Pineview Panther head basketball coach. They had that big win over Provo in the Coach Walk Classic like Dixie did. How about that, Paulie? One of the best things out there is Region 9. Everybody winning multiple games in the season opening weekend of play. Region 9 basketball looks pretty strong right out the gate.
It does. Yeah, I took in 3 games. Well, one game was the Canyon View game, which wasn't a Region 9 team, but the Snow Canyon and Pineview games that I did on Friday night, looked really competitive. You know, I think these teams, they're going to be a lot of parity. It's going to be a war to be the number 1 seed and the region champion this year because there are a lot of quality teams from what I can tell. So even a Snow Canyon, who was a little lower in our poll, they were ferocious defensively from what I can tell. Coach Ball and what we heard about how teams don't like to play Snow Canyon, I could see that was pretty evident from the defensive pressure they brought. And then Pineview Provo was kind of the marquee game of the night. And Provo had some studs. This Makai Allen, I think he'll be a college level player. I forget his name, the big fella, but they had another guy too that I think they'll both be college level, like either mid-major players or maybe low Division I. And Pineview just played a great team game.
Yeah.
They played a really good team game throughout that entire contest, really.
Yeah, Jelani Ojegba had himself a weekend to start off the season, playing with a little chip maybe.
Yeah, we mentioned that on the broadcast. I'm sure Coach Pat, who plays up a lot of the dynamics in the media and stuff like that. So I'm sure he brought that to his attention that he wasn't a first teamer. So, and he played like it. He played like a first teamer though. Did everything: free throws, 3-pointers, mid range, dunks, steals, rebounds. He looked every bit the part this year. I think Jelani's took a big step this summer.
Yeah, I was baffled by it. I mean, I know he was on my ballot.
Yeah, me too. He was on mine.
I don't understand that. But yeah, you're right. Probably played up to that. So that's going to be fun. That'll be about 7:40. Pat Amico will be by on the show. We've got lots of college basketball, lots of the NBA. We have lots of action for you today. We got the whole NFL slate. We got how did our in-state college football teams do? We're going to get to all of that throughout the show today. But let's start with the best thing over the weekend. And this was tough this morning. I'm not going to lie. This was really difficult for everybody.
Was it really?
Yeah.
For you?
Yeah.
I think I know where you're going before you even go there.
Yeah, because I already told you.
Well, maybe.
Let's do it.
All right.
I could throw a curveball.
No. Go where your heart is.
I could go curveball.
Go with your heart.
Go with your heart.
Well,
let your heart speak to you, and I know where it's leading you to.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, it's not Utah Tech football.
Wow.
Yeah, I would love to have seen a win on Senior Day for those 16 seniors playing their final game, but you and I were at the stadium on Friday, and that did not happen. I can't even go with SUU football because even though they won a nice game, they didn't get into the playoffs. And I thought there was a chance about 3 weeks ago. And then as I watched scores around the country and kind of tracked it, I'm like, I don't think they need one more win. I had a feeling they were going to get left out. I was kind of hanging on to a little sliver of hope when the FCS selection show came out yesterday that they were going to get in. Just probably one of the last few teams left out, honestly, but did not get in. So the season is over for both the Trailblazers and the T-Birds. But what I am going to go with was the guy that Paulie stole from me 2 years ago in fantasy football, and Jackson Smith in Jigba, because he is on a record-setting pace right now. Here is one of his touchdowns from the game. This is Sammy D just laying it out for him. This is early in the game when it's tied 3-3, and they take that deep shot to JSN.
Darnold with time, going up top for Jackson Smith, and Jigba drops it in the bucket, and he will backpedal for a touchdown.
That ball was
That was
precise.
just too easy. Yeah.
Little push off there.
Yeah, every NFL receiver pushes off nowadays, if you haven't noticed that.
All right.
Yeah.
No,
That
he's
was
good. I think he might be gonna break the record for maybe the best season by a wide receiver ever. But it's hard to say that because Calvin Johnson's season was a 16-game year.
Well,
and he had 122 receptions, 1,964 yards, and only 5 touchdowns, though. And Jigba's got 11 touchdowns already, 124 receptions is what he's on pace for, 2,029 yards. So he is on pace to break the all-time single-season receiving record.
I'm very well aware of that. Every Seahawks fan is. The NFL's leading receiver, JSN, just wanted to let that resonate for a second with you, went for 167 yards and 2 touchdowns. There's only been one game or 2 games he hasn't been over 100 yards. And he already broke DK's single-season record. So he is now the all-time single-season Seahawks receiving leader in his 3rd season. DK went for 1,303. And he did that in the 16th and final game in 2020. Jackson Smith and Jigba topped it in 11 games. 11 games. He's got 5 more games. So, you mentioned it. It puts him on pace for over 2,000. He's on pace to shatter his own club record of 100 catches, which he shares with Tyler Lockett. And Sam Darnold was not shy about letting it rip after throwing 4 interceptions last week. That was a nice bounce back for the Seahawks and JSN in the record, because I really thought Megatron was unbelievable. I mean, if he would have played a longer career, who knows what the all-time numbers could have been like, and he would have probably been up there maybe with the Jerry Rices of the world. But
wow.
Career cut short, shorter than we thought, and he walked away from the game. And I don't think JSN's going to do that, man. He's having too much fun. Boys, he got some wiggle, Paulie.
He does.
And I know a lot of people did not watch that game, and I don't want to spend a lot of time on it for you non-NFL fans or you non-Titan fans or non-Seahawks fans, because the game itself actually was an entertaining game. Tennessee, Cam Ward, I was actually pretty impressed. You can tell he has been in the film room, and he has been working. They brought in that former college teammate of his off the practice squad.
Restrepo. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, and
receiver at
they
Miami.
had a little rapport together,
Yeah.
and that might be just what Cam Ward needs to feel a little security blanket.
Maybe
because
so.
Calvin Ridley's out. They've moved off and waived Tyler Lockett. They've been decimated by injuries at the wide receiver position. And I thought Cam Ward played a pretty good game against a pretty elite defense, and they scored some good points. They did get a special teams touchdown on a nice punt return, too, to help Tennessee cover the spread against the Seattle Seahawks. Never thought that Tennessee was going to win that game. But they did get the backdoor cover with a late touchdown with under a minute to go driving down the field. But that was all the closest they could get. But that was the best thing I saw. I watched wire to wire. I didn't go golfing. I sat home 11 a.m. I went to the store. I got my coffee. I was ready for kickoff, and I didn't leave my favorite seat for 3 hours on a Sunday watching my beloved Seahawks.
That's good, buddy.
Yeah. The only thing would have compliment a Seahawks win would have been a Rams loss, but that wasn't even close to happening on Sunday Night Football.
That's right. That was a snooze.
What do you got, Paulie? Best thing.
All right. Best thing from over the weekend for me had to have been I've got a couple things, but I think this is my favorite. because we're in these press scrums, these media sessions, and Lincoln Riley, I've got a clip from this on the bookmarks, and Lincoln Riley goes after a reporter who asks about Oregon fans extend Lincoln Riley's contract game day sign. So being in these press things, this is my ultimate fear, is you ask somebody, a coach or player, a question and they give you a response.
It sets them off.
Gives them a response somewhat like this.
Hang on a second.
No worries. And
this is a nightmare of yours? Who cares?
It is. No, because you'll see what Lincoln does, and there's a bunch of people, the whole press is there, and he just totally undresses him pretty much. So you'll see. It's
All right.
It's a very like kind of critical comment of this reporter. So it's something that I fear from week to week and going to professional sporting events or college sporting events.
Do you have context? Is the reporter a beat guy for USC? Is he an LA Times reporter? Is he an Oregon guy reporter? Like, do we know anything about the reporter?
This is an SC, a LA based reporter, because this is in the USC press conference after the game. Okay. So this is with Lincoln Riley, who falls to 3-10 versus ranked teams since mid 2023, including 3 losses to Notre Dame. But we'll let him answer the question about the fan sign. That was the question. Extend Lincoln Riley's contract on game day. Let's hear what he has to say.
That might be the dumbest question I've been asked as long as I've been a head coach, and I've been asked a lot of questions. You ought to feel a little embarrassed to ask that question. This is a professional thing. You ought to try it.
Ooh. It cuts to the core there. Yeah. He totally just sat that reporter down, and it was a harmless question. He was just asking about a sign on game day, but Lincoln Riley just took a brutal
but when you
loss.
just got beat and it's
Yeah.
not opportunity the game, and you have to go answer questions.
But is it cool to just totally
asking
unseat
about
a reporter or whatever? I mean, does he have to do that? I mean, I get it's a dumb question.
No, I know what you're saying. I remember the very first time I asked Jerry Sloan a question, and I was like, I hope he answers this question.
Yeah.
I know what you're saying. I mean,
There's nervousness to it,
because you don't want...
You don't want to be the one that asks the dumb question. I'll just say it, you know?
Right, yeah.
You don't want to be the one in the room that asks the dumb question.
And asking about a college game day sign, you're trying to think of something else outside the box, something different that nobody else is going to ask, and
That's
it
right.
backfires on you completely.
Try and do the different creative
Maybe ask
bit.
about the game day sign after a win, not a loss, and maybe you'll get a little bit more competent answer.
Yeah.
Right.
You shouldn't have asked about a game day sign after a brutal loss to a rival.
No, I mean, USC was right there. I mean, the 2 interceptions, a couple missed opportunities.
Mayava played a bad game.
He didn't play great. Mayava did not play great.
No.
Yeah, he plays his best. I think they're right there with a chance to win it, and it's a tight game going down the stretch. Instead, they lose by a couple touchdowns.
Yeah.
What, they lose by 15?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, entertaining game, though. And Oregon pretty much punching their ticket to the college football playoffs at this point, I think.
Yeah, I would assume so.
Yeah.
That'd be my line of thinking with that win. So,
Yeah. TA, best thing.
There was a lot. I couldn't pick.
There was so much.
I know. Like the Utah game, Kansas State.
Oh,
that
what a
was
comeback
insane.
for the Utes. I love that selection.
I thought they were going to lose, but
I saw your
That was
text.
crazy.
Yeah,
I
me
know,
and
I was
Paulie
like-
saw your text.
I know. I was texting the whole time. I was in the studio watching the game while you
There you
guys were
go.
calling the basketball. And it was like, oh my goodness. Or no, it was football, huh?
Yeah, Saturday.
And-
It was in the
yeah,
same
it was
window as
Saturday.
Utah Tech
Yeah.
Saturday. Yep.
And then BYU's game was phenomenal too.
Yeah,
That game.
Utah, just on Utah's, their win probability at one point was 3%.
Yeah.
It was very, very, very low.
Oh, so
Arguably, the best a team has looked against the Sac Lake City defense in Sac Lake City.
yeah.
I mean, Avery Johnson looked like we thought he was going to look like all
Correct.
season.
Yes.
Aside from the Texas Tech home loss, where Tech kind of pulled away and won by over 20,
Mm-hmm.
that's what it looked like was going to happen. So, TA, you're not wrong. Like, we were sitting there and we were worried about Utah all afternoon. We're like,
yeah.
oh my gosh, they're going to lose this game
I
to
think
5 and
Paulie was
5
in tears,
K-State.
I
like-
was a little
it's
scared.
like, oh my gosh, they're going to lose.
But Kansas State, this is from Josh Pate on Twitter, Josh Pate CFB. He does a college football show, podcast as well. Kansas State had runs of 44, 37, 66, 33, 58, 80, 33, and 24 in a
Chunk
loss.
plays.
In a loss, all caps and loss.
Yeah.
How do you run the football like that and lose?
Yeah.
Just some magic, pure magic.
It was magic
and
for
people
Utah.
are saying that this might be Whittingham's final home game, that he might swan song out into retirement. There's a lot of speculation about that. And what a game to go out on as your final home game. That was pure magic. So awesome stuff.
Good stuff. All right, best thing. We got so much best things today. We're gonna just we're gonna bring them to you all day long.
There you go.
Bring them to you all
Keep
day
them
long.
rolling.
Yeah, we've got our favorite segment of the week. It's the Thanksgiving edition of Big Deal, No Big Deal. We'll do it when we come back. It's the drive. We're off and running. Show today brought to you by our friends at Coral Canyon Golf Course. Want to play some good golf? Get out there. It's in fantastic shape. Got friends and family coming in for Turkey Day. Well, make sure you call and see if you can sneak out for 18 holes of golf. The weather this week looks like it's going to be pretty solid to get the sticks out and go play. You can go to coralcanyongolf.com or you can call 435-688-1700. All right, got to take the break. Big deal, no big deal. When we come back on a Monday on The Drive. Welcome back, everybody. It is a Monday fun day here on the Fan Sports Network. Thank you for stopping by. We always appreciate it. On the app, on the website, you can watch the show Tara was panicking this morning because one of the cameras was MIA of the studio, but she found another camera. We don't know where the original camera is, but we got.
I think we have figured
found
it
it,
out.
yeah.
Where was it?
It went to Nona's mother's funeral.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
On Saturday, and it never got returned.
Gotcha. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
No, we're like, where did that camera go? Sarah was panicking this
I
morning.
I was panicking.
I was like, who took it?
You missed the initial panic.
Yeah, yeah. Show today brought to you by our friends at St. George Tent Shop. Deck out your ride. St. George Tent Shop. Make your car look good, stay cooler in all those hot months that we have. I know we're coming into the cooler months, but now's a great time to get your tent on your vehicle. Maybe make a great Christmas present. I think they'll do gift certificates. Think outside the box. Maybe get something somebody will actually love this year instead of another necktie like Paulie gets his father. That would be phenomenal.
I don't know if I do ties.
St. George Tent Shop. I'm joking, buddy.
That's all right, buddy.
Trying to prove a point.
There you go. Good point made.
Trying to get you could use some tin on your whip.
I do.
You
Yeah,
know?
I need some.
Yeah. If Dad got you a decked out tin job, you'd be like, ooh la la.
Yeah, that's right.
Ooh la la. All right, let's get to it. We only do it once a week. Brought to you by St. George Tent Shop today. It's time. All right, we got
All right, Paulie's got the questions.
a bunch to get to today, and let's rev it up.
All right, let's get started here on Big Deal, No Big Deal, as Shedeur Sanders becomes the first Browns quarterback to win his debut start since 1999. Browns win 24-10 in the much-awaited debut of the fifth-round pick, Shedeur Sanders. How about that?
Tara, do you want to go first? You know how I feel about Shedeur.
Yeah, I think we're gonna
You
have
let
the
him?
same. Yeah.
Oh,
well,
no big deal. You're
I don't
gonna
think
go?
it's that
No
big of a
big
deal.
deal.
Yeah,
really?
no big deal.
Okay.
No big deal.
I'm big deal here.
No,
I am.
No,
I am because
he's a Sanders. He believes in himself.
He's better than any quarterback on the roster. Gabriel should have never been playing. And Myles Garrett said it. A lot of people have thought that all along, that he just didn't get a chance.
There's politics in Cleveland. Is that what you're saying?
I mean,
the
you
GM wanted Shedeur, the head coach wanted, Gabriel, and it was they were not on the
Gabriel
same
was
page.
bad. Gabriel was bad every start he made. Why didn't they go to this sooner? And Shedeur, with 1 week of practice, I'll let him in the clip.
Hold
he says
on,
it.
he beat the Raiders.
I
He
get it.
fired Chip Kelly. He
what I said.
beat a terrible Raiders team.
I understand, but still looked pretty good.
He didn't. No.
For
Look,
a week of practice,
Look.
not running with the ones all season.
Look, remember, we have a 4-year wager on Shedeur Sanders.
I know you're much higher on him than me.
Yeah.
But I'm happy for him is my point.
Okay.
I'm happy for him. And it's a big deal because there's a lot of pressure. I don't care if you're playing the Raiders or a high school team. When you're making your first ever debut start at any level, there's nervousness. So, and I think he played well. Threw a touchdown, had a pick, a bad pick kind of, but not really his fault. He had a long completion to Judy that he fumbled, took away a lot of his yards on that play. But this was Shedeur after the game. I thought a little scattershot in the beginning, but towards the end of the interview, some really thought-provoking remarks made by him here. Let's take a listen.
Dad always gonna be there, even everything go wrong, like he always gonna be there. So I'm just thankful, that I have both my parents in my life, and I have my whole family. That's what life is about, just family. Keep pushing through tough times. They the only ones that help me through everything.
Now, you told me before the game that you were going to show this fan base that you are who they've been looking for. Yeah. How do you think you did that?
I think I showed a couple of great pieces. It's some things I wish, I could get back. But, man, a win is crazy. It's amazing, off of 1 week of practice, you know what I mean? This 1 week of practice. So imagine, what a full offseason look like. It get dangerous.
I love it.
It's just a 1 week of practice, so I'm just truly thankful,
Yeah.
I like his confidence. It's going to be dangerous, he said.
It's Deion's kid. What did you expect?
I know, yeah.
I mean, he's had swagger since he was born.
Yeah.
And that's why I loved him coming out of the draft. That's why I was surprised that he fell to the 5th round.
But then there
that's
was the
why,
reports where he was kind of lackadaisical in the pre-draft meetings. He was wearing like just workout clothes.
He's a kid. He's still not mature.
He wasn't taking it seriously, and that's why he fell. But he is proving to me and a lot of other people that he's the best quarterback on the Browns roster. Potential and I think ability-wise.
How many quarterbacks has it been in Cleveland since a rookie won a game?
Since 1999.
Thank
so
you.
It's been 26 years.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. And he was a 5th round
So that's
pick.
why it's a big deal.
That's why the general manager is look, but I expected this.
You expected Shedeur in his first start to beat the Raiders on the road.
Yes.
When the Raiders were a favorite.
Yes.
You thought the Browns were going to win.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Raiders are awful.
Okay.
The Raiders are awful, Paulie. Have you watched them closely?
Yeah.
I know they're bad.
They're terrible.
But
have you seen what Genty's running behind? If you don't have an offensive line in the National Football League, and I don't know what it is about Seattle, knowing when it's time and the expiration date is coming up on quarterbacks, but they have played it beautifully with Russell Wilson and now with Geno Smith. They have got the best out of these quarterbacks and moved on and been better for it.
Yeah.
Like Geno just looks like a shell of his former self.
Yeah, it's
And I understand the offensive line is horrible and they have no run game whatsoever, but it doesn't matter. The Raiders are atrocious. I saw the Raiders were favored. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. Miles Garrett is better than Max Crosby.
A 5th round pick making his first start, you're going to favor the home team most of the time. I don't know why you thought that the Raiders shouldn't be a favorite. The Browns are just as bad as the Raiders, and they're starting a 5th rounder making his first start.
Yeah, I know.
But
that 5th rounder looked pretty good.
Well, no one thought he was going to look good. You weren't saying before he made his start.
You weren't
saying before his start he was going to light up the Raiders. But now, after it's done, you're saying, "Oh, I thought that all along."
You didn't say he wasn't going to either.
I didn't say anything.
Why would we talk about Browns and Raiders? Let's be honest. That doesn't even come to the middle lobe. It's one of the worst games in the National Football League on the slate.
I'm just saying this is a big deal because I'm not the only one that cared about this start. There was a lot of talk all over social media about Shedeur.
Well,
this was a big storyline.
He threw an early interception on a poor decision, but he flashed his deep ball accuracy. He had that 52-yarder to Isaiah Bond.
Yeah, on the run.
He evaded rushers, rolled out to buy time. Now, Kevin Stefanski had previously said he would go back to Dylan Gabriel once he clears concussion protocol, but the Browns' pass game showed spurts of explosiveness that we haven't seen all season.
And when asked in the post-game presser who was going to start next week, he said, "I don't want to comment on that at this time."
Yep.
So,
yep.
It leads me to believe Shedeur might have stole the job.
Yeah. And we've seen that before where guys get an opportunity and they earn another start.
That's right.
And I don't know if it's a long-term start because if he plays poor next week, they could play that quarterback carousel game.
Absolutely.
But, man, how about a single-season career high with 3 sacks again yesterday for Myles Garrett? He's got 18.
He's going to break the single-season record,
which is 22 and a half. He's got 6 more games to exceed what Michael Strahan did back in 2001 and TJ Watt did it in 2021.
And Strahan, his final sack to get the 22 and a half. I don't know if you remember the play, but
was a gift.
Brett Favre just fell over.
It was a gift.
Yeah, let him have it.
It was a gift.
Yeah.
I think it's going down.
What?
I think the record.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I think the record's going down.
Garrett's and sacks are one of the hardest stats to accumulate in all of football. And Garrett is having just a monster of a year this year. So
I mean, he was sacked 10 times. Geno was sacked 10 times. He was pressured 20 times. Outside of that, his performance wasn't bad. 30 for 44, 285 and a touchdown. But the offense has no rhythm. Off-season changes started after the game with the highest paid OC in the NFL, Chip Kelly, getting let go and fired.
And they lured him away from Ohio State, who had just won a national championship with him calling the plays. So
he took the money. He should have stayed.
He should have stayed. Yeah.
He should have stayed.
They're probably
and Chip will get a job somewhere else. He will. He always has.
I think he's going to land back in college, most likely.
He is one of the most traveled coaches that we've seen in the last decade plus.
Oregon to the Eagles, back to UCLA, then to what? the NFL again,
yeah,
Ohio State, then the NFL
yeah,
again.
I mean, that's the short list.
That's the short list. It's probably missing some stops along the way.
Even before Oregon.
That's right.
You started in Oregon.
Yeah, I started in Oregon. That's when I started watching
Right.
Chip. Yeah.
Right.
So.
Right. All right. Good stuff.
All right, let's go to the next one here.
Remember, and Paulie, don't forget. All
pro
pro
status.
on his rookie
We
contract.
got a big dinner on the line.
Yeah.
And you owe me, buddy. It's one step forward for Shadur.
Okay. Well, one that I'm going to collect a dinner on is our next big deal, no big deal topic, as SUU has a thrilling win against North Alabama in OT, ends the game ends the season on a 5-game winning streak, but unfortunately is left out of the FCS playoffs. Big deal, no big deal.
Big deal.
It's a sad deal.
Because I was all in on this T-Bird team. I really felt like with the experience of a redshirt senior in Bronson Barron, with a good offensive line and an unbelievable breakout performance that nobody saw coming from a UTEP transfer and Joshua Dye.
Right.
Look, they had to be one of the first teams left out, as hot as they were. And I thought the win over Abilene Christian and Austin Peay was going to really propel them. They got some help in that final week. The way the games played out, Austin Peay nearly upset in Tarleton State, but fell short. That should have bolstered SU's chances for an at-large bid. You look at, the Murderers Row they played. But I go back to week 2 San Diego, or week 4 NAU?
Yeah,
at home.
They struggled in the non.
Either one of those games, if you win them, you are in. And man, it's unfortunate that they haven't got it done. Now, I was part of the broadcast team in 2017 when they had a bye and had a second round playoff, and then they were going to head to JMU if they won. And remember they lost that game.
They lost to Weber.
Yeah, so this is a little bit frustrating, but you got to love the fight. And I don't think that there was a huge surprise. You're a 7-win team. You can't be shocked when you're a 7-win team. And there's only 24 spots in the FCS playoff bracket. One of those things. They'll have to try to get it done in a conference that's loaded with talented teams when they move back to the Big Sky, because Montana State. What a game that was, by the way. Did you watch any of that game on Saturday, that Montana State game?
I didn't.
Yeah, we were working the game at the college, and so we didn't get to watch a little bit of it, but we were tracking that game. I was tracking that game because that one was a 3-point nail biter.
Yeah.
And of course, Montana State gets a 1 seed. I think Montana, they end up with a 3 seed, even though they lost. They have a 2-loss team as the 3 or the 4 seed there. The Big Sky is strong and well represented again in the FCS playoffs. So, yeah, a little bit tough pill to swallow because they lost. Remember after last year with SU, we were talking about how many close losses they had? Yeah. And it happened again this year. They lose on a walk-off 2-point conversion to NAU at home in overtime. Losing overtime to a San Diego team that they never should have been in that situation with, but they had a horrible first half. North Dakota State going to be ready to roll. The 24 field bracket is set, and SUU is not in it. I want to say it's a big deal because I said playoffs are bust. So I feel like this is a big deal because I did think they were going to get in before the season. So I would be amiss if I said this was no big deal. This is a big deal. Anytime you have a team as talented as this team, well coached, coach did what he could. He made the change as the defensive coordinator midway through the season. We switched position coaches and got a new play caller, and they didn't lose. Since they did that and made that change. That's good coaching just to shake things up and try something else, because the reason they're not in the playoffs is because their defense couldn't stop a bloody nose early in the season. And that's just the honest truth.
Yeah.
I thought maybe they would get that final berth, at-large berth with 7 wins. You're eligible, but no, did not happen. It looks like if I had to guess on a Monday morning, way too early prediction, North Dakota State and Montana State might meet in the finals. They might go chalky here because those two teams are really, really good. And pretty disappointing for Now the UAC did get Abilene Christian in as a 10 seed. They're in. Big Sky got UC Davis, Montana State. Tarleton State is in as the 4 seed. Montana South Dakota State is the 3 seed. That's going to be an interesting early season game. Abilene Christian will play Stephen F. Austin. So, woo! This is going to be fun. I love the FCS playoffs. I absolutely love the format. I love the 24 teams. I mean, we're at 12 in the FBS, and 24 seems just phenomenal to me. I don't know why they couldn't, when they made the changes, just mirror what they do at the FCS level and say, "Let's go." I know, a lot of people would be in favor of that. I would. But yeah, SU left out. Pretty disappointing because team capable of making a run. They've been playing as hot as anybody the last 6 weeks. So disappointing to say the least.
All right, let's keep moving to the next one here as Region 9 basketball is back, and back in a big way. As I just took a look, big deal, no big deal, took a look at the Deseret News rankings after, and this is as of November 23rd. Number 1 in the state with a 2-0 record is the Pineview Panthers, and number 2 in the state is the Dixie Flyers at 3-0. So 2 Region 9 teams at the top of the early rankings in the state.
Yeah, and the only 2 teams that were in the top 5 to start with, and everybody else losing. Number 1, Provo,
losing to Pineview.
They're 1-3 now to start the season. Slow start for the preseason favorite. But yeah, Dixie is 3-0. They won 3 tight games. They're already battle tested. 3 really compelling games down to the wire. It started last Thursday night with a buzzer beater alley-oop putback by Jackson Winters, and then they had fantastic finishes on Friday and Saturday. They've only outscored in 3 games. They've scored 178 and they've given up 172. So they won all 3 games by a combined 6 points, but they won by 2 points in all 3 games. I mean, just crazy stuff. Hurricane and Pineview also start the season 2-0 undefeated. And then everybody else with a really good start, too. Cedar, Crimson, Desert Hills, and Snow Canyon all go 2-1 to start their season. So Region 9 off to a really good start in hoops, no question about it. That's a big deal.
That's a big deal.
The parity, the region games on any given night, we can expect
the unexpected. And this was not unexpected, as we got a clip from Friday night's game from Pineview and Provo. And this was the man of the hour, the right now kind of a little doubted, and I think it is the mantra that Coach Pat's playing up.
I cannot believe that he was left off multiple ballots.
Yeah.
It's not even listed. You got 10 slots. He should have been in your top 3 on every single ballot, and it baffles me. Yeah,
but
I don't
he was
know.
playing like that was on his mind. He was playing like a guy that was a little disrespected.
Maybe Coach Amico needs to send us a thank you note to whoever coaches, whatever media members.
And we'll talk to him. We'll ask him if he owes us a thank you. But Coach Amico owes Jelani a thank you because he brought the whole house down with this big play in the game.
Checking out this, we'll get to it here in just a second. This Jelani Ojegba dunk here. On the replay, man.
He's athletic.
Beautiful play.
Is. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Got a
Yeah, from Polly there.
That's right.
Can I get an oh yeah?
Oh yeah. There you go. Yeah, I'm going to start doing that. When they start jumping, like when the jump begins, I'm going to say, oh yeah. And then when he throws it down.
I say that all the time. 2-hand slam, oh yeah. I've done that for years. That's one of my things. I love oh yeah. I love oh yeah. Oh yeah. And I love doing work.
I miss his soccer too. He's like, shoot it.
Yeah.
To his poor daughter. He's like, I know when to shoot it, Dad.
I know. It's the broadcaster in me. I have to, I've learned with Pee Wee, the side note here, I cannot do play-by-play on the sideline. I have to be pretty quiet. That's about the only thing I can say but not getting too much trouble.
Yeah.
She doesn't mind if I yell shoot it. It's all the other talk that I have to I have to bite my tongue. You know what I've done some games?
I've been to one of her games.
Yeah.
You're pretty I've
toned it down actually since you haven't been in a couple years though, have you?
I went last year. I think when Gabe was in town.
Oh, that's right.
We went to a game.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway,
but it's been a little bit.
you know what I've started doing? Putting my AirPods in. then that way I've got something else going on. Then I'm not as chattery. Yeah. She doesn't like the crowd noise.
That's right.
The fanfare. She just likes to play, and she would play with AirPods on if she could.
Yeah. Right.
Not listen to you
That's
all
right.
game.
That's right. One of the unfortunate things of having a father that's a play-by-play announcer. I analyze everything. I made a really distinct effort not to do it as much lately because she knows what she's doing on the soccer pitch.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right,
let's go to the next one.
We got to move it right along.
All right, next one. Let's go with BYU. They ride L.J. Martin's 222-yard, 2-touchdown performance to a victory on the road over a pesky Cincy team, 26-14. I'd say this is a big deal. It keeps BYU's playoff hopes alive. They're loving the idea of a second shot at Texas Tech. Texas Tech dismantled them in Lubbock. It was a kind of an embarrassing game for BYU. I think they want that chance to right that wrong.
L.J. Martin, Robert Griffin III was on the broadcast, and I've been saying he's an NFL back since last year, and finally somebody agreed with me. RG3 was like, "You're going to see this guy on Sundays." I'm like, "No dip, dude."
Well, we got
222 and 2 touchdowns. He put this team on his back on Saturday.
Because Bachmeier wasn't playing great, but there's another draft analyst, Mr. Todd McShay, that had something to say about L.J. Martin as well. We've got the clip, and I think Todd's
he leads the country in yards after contact.
Yes. Kind of reminds me of an Algier, a lot like Tyler Algier.
A little different than Algier. I actually think he's more sturdy and more strong than Algier was when he was at BYU, if that's even possible. I mean, I know that sounds crazy because Algier's been playing at a high level for the Falcons for a number of years right now.
Yeah.
And he's splitting carries with what many people think is the most dynamic running back in the NFL.
That's right.
And Bijan Robinson.
Well, let's see what Todd McShay, one of the preeminent draft experts, thinks about L.J. Martin.
This L.J. Martin guy is a dude. So immediately I go back and I start watching the tape, and I told you, he's exactly what the NFL is looking for. He is a big physical back. He can catch the ball even though he's not a huge part of the passing game. He's 6'2", he's 220. That's what he's listed at. I'm told he's like 232, man.
Really? That's like Le'Veon Bell size.
He's a big, bad dude, and he runs physically, and he wears you down. And the more carries you give him, the less defenses want to deal with him. And he's got this movement about him. And I told you he's got this acceleration off his cuts that's different for backs his size. Today he has, and this game's 56 seconds left. He just got his last carry. It was for a touchdown. Put this game away. I believe he's one of the top 5 running backs in the class. This L.J. Martin guy.
Wow. Pretty profound thoughts from Todd McShay there. No, come on. Top 5 back. No one was saying that. Before the season.
I said he's a day 2 pick.
Season.
I said day 2 pick. I thought he'd be second or third round, day 2 pick. I didn't think he'd be a first rounder. And running backs top 5 back is probably a day 2 pick. This is not news to BYU fans. Just because McShay says it doesn't mean it's gospel all of a sudden, Paulie.
It just means that he's getting picked up.
How long have you heard me saying L.J. Martin is an NFL back?
I'm just saying national guys are talking about it now.
Said that?
It doesn't matter to me if me and you are saying it. We know it. We cover this team every day. But I'm talking about national pundits taking recognition.
It's taken them this long then they're not doing their job.
Okay.
Then they're not doing their job. BYU was number 11 before this game, and it took 222 yards and 2 touchdowns for you to realize that. What? And I don't think Aaron Roderick had plans of giving him 32 carries because he's been a little dinged up, but that was a Herculean effort from L.J. Martin. He dug to the deepest of his energy tanks, and he steamrolled dudes. Like, he put this team on his back. That was an inspirational game, and so I get why they're jumping on the bandwagon, because that was if you watch that game, that was pretty good effort, to say the very, very least, for L.J. Martin. So big deal. No hesitation on this one at all. The performance was so good. They were chanting the blank the Mormons out there in Cincinnati. BYU thought if Colorado would have got them some help, they could have clinched the Big 12 championship appearance. That didn't happen, but they still a win away from clinching the Big 12. They control their own destiny to go to the college football playoffs. They need 2 more wins, and they're going to the playoffs.
Yeah. And you know who's a big? You know who the Utes are big fans of this week?
BYU?
No.
Who?
West Virginia.
Oh, West Virginia.
West Virginia beats Texas Tech.
Oh, gotcha.
Somehow, some way.
It would
then
be
the
a-
Utes go to the Big 12 title game, and we'll get a Holy War Part 2.
Yeah.
So all
Is that
you Ute
in
fans,
Morgantown?
No, it's not.
It's not.
It's in
Ooh,
Lubbock.
It's
yeah.
in Lubbock.
It's going to probably be a bloodbath. But hey, if you're a Utes fan, I'm having a watch party for the West Virginia game at my house. I'll put out my address later on this week, and everyone can join, and we'll root on the Mountaineers, and we'll see if the Utes can give us that Holy War Part 2. I would love that because Texas Tech, they've been great all year, but maybe they'll flounder one time.
Real quickly, big deal, no big deal. Bert Ficklin stock is rising after another 3-touchdown game.
It's time to let the bird fly. Dampier, he's good, not great. I just like the bird. I think the bird will be the future of Utah football. He can run, he can throw. I think he's a better passer almost than Dampier is at this point. But Dampier made some big throws down the end of that game at Kansas State. But I think that Bird, being a freshman, limitless potential.
They got another quarterback to flip from UCF to Utah over the weekend. A 3-star
Kane Archer,
a kid from Arkansas. His numbers in high school are eye popping.
Yeah, was a Central Florida commit and then flipped. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right, got to take a break. When we come back, Pat Amico drops by. We'll do a little Region 9 recap of the Coach Walk Classic from over the weekend. We told you everybody had a good start to the high school basketball season. We'll get some thoughts from Coach Amico, head coach of the Panthers, when we come back on The Drive. everybody? We are back. Did you miss us? Fan Sports Network, happy Thanksgiving week, everybody. We're going to do the turkey shoot. We're going to give you some more chances to win some turkeys from Digby's and Palmer Litigation. And let's go live now to Coach Pat Amico, who joins us, good friend of the show, as the Pineview Panthers over the weekend hosted the kickoff tournament to the Region 9 season for a lot of our local teams at the Coach Walk Classic. Coach, the food was good. The basketball was great for our local teams, and wanted to get a little recap on your thoughts on a strong start for Region 9 after the opening 3 games of play for most teams.
Yeah, Double D, thanks for having us. And, wow, what a start. Region 9, everyone goes, gets at least 2 wins this weekend, and we knew this was what it was going to be. I think every coach kind of talked about it. We felt this was the best region in the state, and like anyone can win this region. There's so many good teams, and it's going to be a fun year. And it was a fun start with the Coach Walk. Super appreciative to, Coach Ball over at Snow Canyon and Coach Roberts at Dixie and Coach Stout over at Hurricane for joining us this year as our local teams. And had some great teams from up north come down, and it was a great event to continue the legacy of Coach Walker, who you knew Coach Walk really well, just unbelievable man, all about service and giving and helping, and just trying to keep that legacy going.
Jelani Ojegba in the first 2 games drops 54 points, averaging 27 a game. Jelani looks so good early on, Coach. How hard has he worked in the offseason? Because he looks primed to have a huge season. He is leading the state in scoring in 4A already early on here. Some guys like Makai Allen of Provo have played 4 games, and Jelani's only played 2.
Yeah, Jay had quite the special summer, and what's crazy in that is, he had 29 opening night and didn't even play in the fourth quarter against Manti. And then against Provo, he was in foul trouble and didn't get to play the end of the last 4 minutes of the first. He played spot minutes in the second, sat the first 4 minutes of the fourth. So he's doing that, missing a quarter at least each game. And, one of them was because of foul trouble. One was because, we're not trying to disrespect our opponents and keep dudes in, and we were trying to get other guys in. And Jay's just a great teammate. And he was on the bench, even though, he probably wanted to keep going, being a leader. But his whole mindset changed this summer. I think his college offers started coming in, and he knows he can play at a high level. And he's been really special, and I still think he's got a lot of room to keep getting even better this season, so that's really exciting.
Panthers jump up to number 1 in the latest Des News 4A rankings. What are your thoughts on that? Were you a little underranked? I don't know why you weren't number 1 to start, but you beat the number 1 team. So did Dixie. They start 1-3. I don't know what's going on with Provo, but you guys made them look bad, and so did Dixie with that buzzer beater.
Yeah, no, Provo's a great team. They'll, first road trip is always hard. Especially with the way the season is this year. We have not even a week of practice to get going. So they'll figure it out. And, I have 2 kind of senses towards the rankings. Like, obviously, it doesn't mean anything yet, right? It doesn't mean anything till the end of the year. If we're holding up the trophy, then we can be number 1. But also where we took this program over at 3 years ago, like, we've really built it in a fast way, and we feel like we have a group now that can sustain this thing for the next 5+ years. So really excited about it, and it's just a testament to our kids. And then my coaches are unbelievable. I mean, Collinsworth asked me after the game, he's like, we've played a couple of games. How do you know what we're running? And that's a testament to my assistant coaches. I think we were up till 2 or 3 chopping up film and texting each other back and forth if we saw this or saw that. And then, the guys really locked in. After school, we met and showed them some film, and the guys locked into the scout, and I have the best staff there is. So that really helps.
Coach, I was at the game on Friday night between you and Provo, and wanted to say that, the big kid for Provo, Callan Tolstrup, he was kind of having his way in the first half, but Caleb Schmidt played an amazing second half, finished with 17 and 10, but really hemmed in that big fella well in the second half, didn't let much more production, rebounds. Offensive rebounds were a problem in the first half, but talk about Caleb's game, especially in the second half.
Yeah, Caleb has a lot on his plate too, because he's our best defender, and I mean, one of the best defenders in the entire state, one-on-one. And that's his job. And then from there, he gets going offensively. He can really shoot it. But he was also in foul trouble. I mean, in that first half against Provo, we played over 6 minutes with Caleb and Jelani on the bench, and we were able to extend our lead, which is so impressive and a testament to the guys coming off the bench with C.J. Moody and Preston Sally and different dudes that were helping us out. And then, Riker Sumner, a freshman, played, I think, 29 minutes as a true freshman because we had our starting center get hurt. Like, we had all this adversity, all these things, we could have gone backwards on or let that game slip away. I mean, when Caleb and Jelani got their second, I think we were up 8, and I told our coaches, I said, if we can keep it within 10 at the half, we'll be okay. And, we were able to actually extend the lead and get up. But, no, Caleb's special. He had a stretch when Provo, I think, cut it to 6 or 7 in the fourth. He hit a 3, got an assist to Tueller, and then he had 2 drives and another 3, and we went on a 12-0 run to extend that lead back up. So, no, he can do it all, both sides of the ball. And Tolstrom's a college-level player. He can really shoot it, and he was able to slow him down in the second half.
Coach Fadamico, Pineview Panthers. Coach, have a great Thanksgiving. We'll be talking a lot more hoops coming up soon, but we're up against the clock today, buddy.
Hey, appreciate you guys. Happy Thanksgiving.
All right, Fadamico, Pineview Panthers. We got to take a break. Hour 2 coming up when we come back, and we got a bunch of turkey shoots, so keep your ears on.
There you go. It's a long delay here. Got to get that chewing in. There you go, buddy. We're back on the drive.
Back.
Who brought the bagel bites?
Me.
Tara.
Oh my gosh, those
They're
are
so
delicious.
good, though, I know.
They are delicious when you warm them up.
Oh, yeah.
But it was so hot I couldn't eat it quickly. Woo!
Long chew there.
I got to get a little energy for hour 2, baby. We are in the Finley Hyundai Studios.
Carbohydrates. There you go, buddy.
0% interest Finley Hyundai through the end of the month on the Santa Fe and the Tucson. Go check it out. They got dealer cash. They got great rates. 0% is a great rate, I would say. You don't want to pay any interest. You're going to save thousands over the life of the loan if you do it up to 60 months. We are rocking hour 2. Let's check the headlines. There's a lot of headlines we haven't even gotten to because hour 1 on a Monday just flies by. So let's check the latest and greatest in local and regional sports. I was really rooting for the Utah Jazz last night. We haven't even touched on the Jazz, but Lakers pick up a 108-106 road victory over the Jazz. Luka had 33, 11, and 8. At least he didn't get a triple-double. He was 2 assists shy of a triple-double. Austin Reeves, 22. Lakers have won 4 in a row. They're 12-4 this season. Keontae George, though, continues to show his progression, his maturity. 27 points. Jazz have lost 3 consecutive games. They're now 5-11 on the year. DeAndre Ayton left this game with an injury, but the Lakers are shooting it well right now. And I actually thought this was a little lower scoring game. Jazz actually defended pretty good as the Lakers eked past them last night. So tight one there, but Jazz come up a little bit short.
Yeah.
Other local news from the weekend. Tons. There's so much, Paulie. Where do I want to start?
Well, we didn't go into big deal, no big deal about Utah Tech. They do fall to the 2-10 on the season. 33-10 loss to Eastern Kentucky. It was a lot closer than that.
In the first half.
No, it really devolved at the end of the game. Yeah. I mean, a lot of scores late.
But you never felt like Tech was going to win.
No. You never thought they were going to win, but you didn't think
they were within striking distance.
It wasn't 33-10. The game didn't feel 33-10 for most of it, and then it just kind of blew up in the end a little bit there.
Well, and offensively down the stretch, Utah Tech's just not good enough on offense.
There was a time in the fourth quarter I looked at you, and we were looking at the live stats. And in the second half, they had 53 yards, I think with like 6 minutes in the fourth of total offense in the second half.
And then to illustrate your point further, they give up a safety. Bronson Barbin throws a pass. It gets deflected up in the air. He catches it, then gets tackled for a safety.
Yeah.
And then throws a pick 6 late in the game.
And when they were driving, their most promising drive of the second half, when they were deep into Colonel territory,
inside
just
the
an
10.
unblocked blitzer. I mean, I feel like he was right on Bronson immediately, and that led to a fumble, and Eastern Kentucky recovered.
That's the play of the game. That's when the game changed.
That was the big
because
change.
Instead of cutting it back to a 1-possession game and getting some momentum there for the defense, you fumble, you put the defense back out there, they go down the field and score.
That's right.
Yeah. So 2-win season for Tech. Obviously, we'll see what the retention is. We'll see, they are better. They did make strides of improvement. I know only 1 win more than the year before, but they were a lot more competitive. It was more entertaining, but that's kind of a moral victory when you're judged on wins and losses. So there's still a lot of work to be done to get them to where they're going to be competitive. I mean, you take this UAC, and I know there's 3 UAC teams that, 2 plus a former member in Stephen F. Austin that are in the college FCS playoffs, the field of 24 teams. Austin P didn't get in. There's a couple of other teams that weren't eligible, like West Georgia. They were still on that provisional status. But Utah Tech now going to the Big Sky Conference with Montana State, Cal Poly, UC Davis. I mean, and I know some of these teams are going to leave, but it's a lot of work to be done as you're going to play another really grueling schedule next year, and they've got to make another swing at the improvement department if they're going to get competitive and win more than 2 games next year in a new conference.
I would already say, just looking at the schedule for next season, the first 3 games for Utah Tech are the toughest 3-game stretch that they've played in FCS since the FCS era began. With
100%.
Montana State, and BYU.
You're playing the number 1 and the number 3 ranked teams in the bracket.
That's right.
In Montana, Montana State.
This year's FCS playoffs.
And then you've got BYU sandwiched in between.
That's right. A road game in Provo.
That is a gauntlet.
That is.
3-game stretch next year.
To get one of those 3 would be amazing.
Let's touch on hockey for a second. Nice win for the Mammoth over the weekend.
Yeah.
1-goal win. They're set to continue their road trip. Utah takes on the Golden Knights tonight.
Yeah, from the Fortress, correct?
Looking for a little revenge. They will be in Vegas. Mammoth lost to Vegas 4-1 in the first game of their homestand on Thursday of last week. So we'll see these two I-15 foes line up on the ice and get after it again tonight. I will definitely be watching after Monday Night Football is all determined. That's where I will be watching later tonight.
Yeah, 10-4-7, 27 points for the Knights, 11-8-3, 25 points for the Mammoth. So on the betting lines, Mammoth, a slight dog, -105 to Vegas is -115. So it's pretty evenly matched
in Vegas,
in the books.
Lost to Anaheim in overtime. Another overtime loss for the Knights. Mm-hmm. They keep losing in overtime.
Yeah.
At least they're getting a point, but wow. College football roundup. We mentioned Utah Tech, but how about everybody else? Number 11, BYU beat Cincinnati 26-14, 222, and a pair of touchdowns for L.J. Martin. Number 12, Utah comes back. Holy cow, what a comeback to beat K-State, 51-47 at home in a shootout. Devin Dampier threw for 259, 2 touchdowns. He had 94 and 2 more scores on the ground. And Bird Ficklin has 3 touchdowns in that game. So the quarterbacks were eating.
I like the bird.
They were eating.
I like the bird. Let him fly, baby.
Utah State beat Fresno State 28-17 on the road. Bryson Barnes throws for 150, rushed for 113. He put the team on his back.
Yes.
That's a good Fresno State defense. And that was a physical game. And Utah State, that was a huge win. After losing that heartbreaking double OT game down at UNLV, to bounce back and win on the road. That is the first road win for the Aggies this season.
And Bronco Mendenhall on whether Bryson Barnes should be the Mountain West Offensive Player of the Year. Quote, "It's Barnes every day, all day, every vote." So his coach supporting his guy.
Did you watch the game?
Player of the Year.
I watched the game. The kid plays unbelievably hard. He's hard not to root for because he plays with so much moxie, so much poise. He throws his body on the line every single play. His effort was statistically not as good as what LJ did on the ground, but the heart that they both ran with and played with was evident. And a monster performance for the former Fillmore High star, Bryson Barnes.
I think Milford,
Fillmore. Got to get that straight. Those folks don't like each other. College basketball season continued yesterday, and the Utah State men. I watched this game last night. They played really well. They win that tournament that was hosted by I think it was Charleston. It was in Charleston,
South Carolina. The Charleston Classic. Or whatever. Yeah,
and they ended up beating Davidson last night. Just kind of beat the doors off of them. Don't look now, but this Aggies team, they've kept some of the players from last year. You know, Templin's back, Falslev's back, and Coach Calhoun.
Stayed. That's big.
Didn't leave.
Got
first
re-upped
one and stayed. And so Utah State. Utah with Alex Jensen off to a pretty good start this year. And, of course, BYU with their national ranking and a huge top 25 win over Wisconsin over the weekend. The state of college hoops looks really, really good. And we're pretty excited about what I've seen so far from Utah Tech as well. They're 4-4. They've got a huge test tomorrow night. We'll have it for you right here on the Fan Sports Network as they play against Portland State from the Burns Arena.
That'll be a good one. We also have a huge night tonight. It's a big Monday in November almost. The Players Era Festival is going on in Las Vegas tonight, and we got some big games. It starts at 11 a.m. It starts early today.
Yeah.
Tennessee, Terrace Vols will be taking on Rutgers. That's 5-0 versus 4-1. That'll be 11 a.m. on TNT, and they roll all day long. You got Notre Dame, Kansas at 1:30. You got St. John's, Iowa State. That's 14 versus 16. You've also got got Houston versus Syracuse. That's number 2 team in action. And then to end the night, you got Oregon, Auburn, and your boys, the Zags. Taking on number 11 Alabama. That's in Vegas, buddy. What's the chances you saddle up and ride down there?
7:30. So, man, home by 1.
I know you like to catch your Zags when they're in
Zags
Vegas.
and Bama.
WCC tournaments, you're always down there, you know?
Yeah, but I can save a little money because we're going out of town this weekend.
That's right.
And I can watch it on TNT.
You can.
Yeah.
And so
I'm just throwing out the option.
You know, by the time we get done with drawings and stuff,
Paulie's giving you the option.
I know.
Beth.
I normally, I would be if I was staying in town for
permission.
Thanksgiving and we were doing an afternoon show like the old days. I would have went.
Okay,
I would have went.
All right.
Yeah. In my younger years.
Younger years, getting old, huh?
I don't know. You want to go? You want to
go with you?
You want to go?
Yeah, I'll go with
No,
you.
don't tempt me with a good time.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah, college hoops today looks great.
It does.
Oh.
Like I was saying, amazing games all day.
Oh, my gosh.
Might have to get to Wingnuts early to just take in some hoops.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they've got Oregon and Auburn in Vegas today. That's going to be fun. Yeah, I mean, if you went to Vegas after the show today, you could pretty much watch hoops all day long.
I need a media cred to this Players Era Festival. I need one.
Yeah. You watch your Houston Cougars.
Yeah, I'm a big Houston guy.
Oh, they're Kelvin Sampson. I'm a big fan of Kelvin Sampson, former Wazoo coach.
They've been my nationals. It's kind of like you and the 49ers, how you kept picking them year after year to win the Super Bowl. They were your
2
team.
years.
2 years.
It's like year after year after year.
You make it sound like I picked them for a decade.
I know, dude.
Well, I've been picking Houston for now 2 years to win the national championship, and they just haven't done it.
They've been close.
This might be the time.
They've been close.
Might be the time.
They've been really close.
Well, they were in the game last year, you know?
Yeah. I thought they had it too.
I know, they blew it. But that amazing comeback versus Duke the game before. So you got to take the good with the bad there. So I'm rooting for the Cougars.
Other headlines out there. Let's see. Giants have fired their defensive coordinator after that late collapse where they had the Lions on the ropes and let it slip away.
Wire.
Yep. Of course, Raiders yesterday had a meeting after the game, fired Chip Kelly. Already out as offensive coordinator of the Raiders.
Yeah.
Rams look really good last night. Baker sprains his left shoulder. He's going to have an MRI. You could see him try to throw a deep ball, and it kind of gave out. He was in the medical tent before that.
That's why Bridgewater was in.
Yeah.
I didn't know that Baker got hurt. I just thought they were conceding the loss.
No.
Then they had him in a sling, like.
No, Baker took a hit on a run up the middle where he came up holding his shoulder.
Yeah.
The whole defensive drive where the Bucs defense is on the field, he was in the medical tent. Then he comes racing out of the tent, grabs his helmet, goes back in the game. I mean, he's a tough guy. He's a competitor. Right. But he tried to unleash this like almost Hail Mary type pass towards the end of the quarter there.
Might have tweaked it.
And yeah, he falls and crumples to the ground holding his shoulder. Trainers came out, and that was kind of it. So we'll see what Teddy can do with a week of practice. Now the Bucs have lost 3 straight and are losing ground in the NFC.
Yeah, they are.
They were a division leader, but that lead is gone.
It's gone. Yeah.
The Panthers are coming.
Well, they got to play the 49ers tonight.
That's right.
And that's where we'll be for our next Fan Sports Network Monday Night Football watch party. And we want you don't cook tonight. You're going to do enough of that on Wednesday and Thursday. Come out and have some hot double-baked chicken wings at Wingnuts. I like the Halle Berry sauce. Polly likes the mango chipotle. Tara likes the traditional, and she always gets the mac and cheese.
The mac and cheese.
The mac and cheese
with bacon and jalapeno.
That's what I do.
That's so good. Move.
That's the ticket. I haven't actually had that for a few weeks. I might be due for some.
Jogged his memory. He's going to get it tonight, 100%.
We will be there broadcasting live tonight starting at 4 p.m. at Wingnuts. And since we have the Panthers and the Niners, Paulie's got some code words here. We're going to give you 2 code words.
All right.
We always pick alumni, but good luck guessing the alumni. You got to tell your server the code words to prove you were listening, and then you get extra drawing tickets to win the jersey. You can also get them, every time you order, you get another ticket, you get an appetizer, then you get your entrees, then you get some more drink. You get more tickets. If you wear a jersey to Wingnuts, you get a ticket, and you get one for being there, and it's all free. All the tickets are absolutely free, and we'll be giving away another jersey at halftime tonight of the Niners and Panthers. Paulie, tell everybody who the code words are tonight.
All right, Carolina Panthers. We're going to go with a former Ute and Carolina Panther legend, Stevie Smith. Yes, number 89.
I thought you were going to go Cam Newton for sure.
No.
I like how you tied in a Utah Ute, though.
Yeah, tie in the Beehive State
Should went Star Lotelele.
Our Star, he was a good one too. But I think Steve a little higher on the Panthers pecking order.
Okay.
So
Steve was good.
He was really good. So
he had a career kind of like I would say close to what I remember Doug Baldwin in Seattle doing, where they both had some unbelievable careers.
I think Steve's a little better than Doug Baldwin, but I'll look at the stats. But for San Francisco, let's go Patrick Willis, newly inducted Hall of Famer. Let's go with Patrick Willis. So Steve Smith and Patrick Willis are your code words tonight.
Yes. Come and join us. Monday specials, we'll tell you about those. We'll remind you the code words when we're broadcasting live from 4 to 6. Game starts 6:15. Kickoff just right after we end our remote broadcast. You're right. I know Steve Smith had a better NFL career, but there was a lot of similarities.
He had more than double the yards.
Well, he had more than double the seasons. Doug only played 8 years. Steve played 16. So that's not a fair comparison.
Okay. Well, Steve Smith is 7th in NFL history in yards.
Yeah. I mean, Baldwin for a couple of years was incredibly efficient.
I know you love
he was
Angry
clutch.
Doug. You love Angry Doug.
But Steve, I will agree, he had a better and far more accomplished career, statistically speaking.
Smith's a Hall of Famer. He's a Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, 8th all-time in receiving yards. He had almost 15,000 receiving yards in his career.
Yeah, 14,731.
Wow.
Yep. So, Patrick Willis, Steve Smith, your code words. If you come join us at Wingnuts, get out of the house. If you did all your chores, you hung your Christmas lights this weekend, if you mowed your lawn for the last time before February, if you got all your chores and honeydews done, or if you don't, who cares? Brush them off till tomorrow and come join us at Wingnuts.
There you go. That's my plan to most things in life.
So my wife says to me last night, she's like, "Hey, will you go hang the Christmas lights?" And I'm like, I have a really steep elevation.
Yes.
And I don't have a ladder that's, a 45-foot ladder to get up to the very top
Just put it in the back of your truck.
That sounds really safe. That sounds really safe.
Just don't tell OSHA. You'll be fine.
Well,
I think OSHA's checking on his house.
Well, the problem with that is I have a really steep front yard, so I would have to back the truck up to the grass.
Then
It would be at a funky angle.
Yeah.
Like that sounds great, Tara.
You'll be fine.
But I don't think that's going to work.
Sounds great in concept, but in actuality, it might not work.
I don't have enough life insurance for my wife to put me up on a ladder 45 feet in the air. Maybe if I had a couple other millions.
And we just heard last week, not going to name any names, but we had a friend that had a ladder incident.
Darn.
Yeah, so you're a little gun shy from that, I believe.
Yeah, there's ladder incidents all the time.
There is.
Yeah.
So you don't want to be a victim.
So I would rather pay somebody. So now the dilemma in my head is I didn't do it yesterday because I was watching Seahawks. I went and played 9 holes, and then I watched the Sunday night game. That got boring, so I turned on the Utah State game, and then
all these things bumped the lights being installed.
The lights got bumped off. It's not my excuse is it's not even Thanksgiving yet. It's not even the Christmas season. We still have a holiday in front of it.
Yeah.
And so, but she's like, well, we're leaving. So when are you going to do it? Because we're gonna go out of town for Thanksgiving.
Yeah,
this
I don't
year.
want to come back to the house not lit up.
Yeah.
Come on, buddy.
You want to come help me? Let's see you up there on a ladder 45 feet in the air.
He'll hold the ladder for you. He'll hold the ladder for you. In the back of the truck.
Yeah.
Hey, I helped you with the sod.
He'll make sure it's anchored.
I've been a good soldier in the past.
Yeah.
I helped you with the sod in your backyard when Bear was digging up, or whatever his name was, that big white dog,
Oh, yeah.
He was digging up your yard. We installed a ton of sod.
I know. It's
I've
all
been
dead.
a faithful servant, helpful.
Yeah. Next job, should you choose to accept your mission.
I don't know if I like Tara's in the back of the pickup truck on an angle, my way. I mean, a lot of things might go wrong.
What if we do this? What if we start the lights on each side of the house and we bring them, instead of going up, we go down?
Oh.
So we go at the lower elevation.
All right.
And then we just come down and take them out to the street, down the bush line. I don't know. There's got to be some way where it can be a safe expedition.
Just kind of throw them up there.
Just throw them. You know what I did last year? I went and bought those little lights that you can buy that you stake into your grass, and then they shoot like a light.
That's the lazy man.
That's what I did last year, and that's all I did last year.
And Robin wants the real deal.
I went out and spent like $1,000 on the throwback. The orange, the green, the red, the blue, just the old-fashioned single bulbs.
Okay.
And they got the icicle bulbs, and they got. She likes the classic, just simple bulb look. Those things aren't cheap.
No.
To cover that much square footage?
Yeah.
After all the light bulb replacements and all the time and effort, you see a lot of people just forking over the money and doing that permanent lighting. I'm sure that's what Tara's got at her house.
No.
But
I kind of want it.
Oh,
yeah.
I'm sure. I'm sure then you just set it to the Christmas colors and you're done.
Right.
In the daytime, you can't even see it on the house.
Yep.
Brilliant. All right. We are off and running hour 2. Ton more to get into. We've had Coach Pat Amico on the show, recapped the Coach Watt Classic. Great start for our high school teams. We talked Utes, Cougars. We talked SUU not getting into the FCS playoffs after a gutsy road win at North Alabama. We put a bow on the Utah Tech football season. So football over for our teams in southern Utah after last Saturday's games. Unfortunately, no playoffs for the T-Birds. Touched on the Jazz losing by 2, heartbreaker to the Lakers. That's the game we sent some listeners up to. We had our social media contest, and then Adam won them on the radio with trivia. An impossible trivia question that Paulie thought he would never get. What country did Dante Exum come from? And I'm like, everybody's going to know that, Paul. And he's like, no, only diehard Jazz fans. He won't know.
It was like 10 years
And it was
ago.
like multiple choice.
And then Adam was like, thanks for the easy end out there, Paulie.
How'd you know that? He's like, every Jazz fan knows that.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's all right.
I'll have to dig deeper into my Rolodex for the next one, buddy.
Yeah. What college did Adam Keefe go to?
Yeah. Ace.
Adam Keefe, you know it?
No.
Stanford. What college did Greg Ostertag go to?
He's before my move to Utah.
That's what you got to do. You got to go deep into the Rolodex. You just said so yourself.
Yeah, well.
Open the time capsule. Go back.
Go back. That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
I agree with that. Got to go back to weed some of these people out that aren't real Jazz fans. You know, Adam was a Jazz fan because, like I said, I thought personally that was a tougher question, but I guess not.
Mention all the college hoops today in Vegas.
Yeah,
Paulie's got me
era.
wanting to go.
Yeah, I mean, I want to go. I might actually make some adjustments and try and make it down there.
Oh my gosh, we might not see Paulie's bingo at Wingnuts tonight. He might just disappear
You'll
into the
still see
night.
bingo, but you won't see Paulie.
All right, got to take a break. When we come back, let's go dashing through the games, NFL recap, studs and duds coming your way, as well as we touch on some National Football League action yesterday. Stick around. Hey, welcome back. Week 12 recap brought to you by Game Day Men's Health. Game Day Men's Health makes it easy with free testosterone tests. That's where I go. Guys out there, it's a man cave environment. They make you look your best. They got weight loss. They got peptides. They've got sexual performance products. And, of course, TRT, testosterone replacement therapy. If you're over 40, you need to know your T levels. Guys could be clinically low and not even realize why you're feeling off, tired, run down all the time, no energy. You lose your focus. Maybe you're even feeling a little bit depressed. It could just be low T dragging you down. The test is always free, results in 15 minutes. Call or text Game Day Men's Health. Go to the website, GameDayMen'sHealth.com/St. George, and get your T tested. Vets, any vets out there, 50% off your first month after your free T test if you decide that T is right for you. Let's go dashing through the games. Give me some theme music here, Paulie. Go back to Thursday night. Texans beat the Bills 23-19. That was a mild upset. Texans are running hot. Bills are not. And then let's get to Sunday's games. I'm not going to talk too much about the Thursday night game because we already talked about it last week. It's old news at this point in time. But yesterday in the National Football League, one of the best games. It was hyped all week. It did not disappoint. Chiefs come back, beat the Colts 23-20. It was a must-win, you felt like, for the Kansas City Chiefs. It took overtime to get the job done. Mahomes, 352 yards, but he doesn't even throw a touchdown in this game or run for a touchdown. It was Ray Rice for 141. He was big. And then Kareem Hunt, over 100 yards and a score on the ground. Kansas City kind of got back to running the football, and Kareem Hunt kind of outdueled Jonathan Taylor. How about that front seven holding JT to only 58 yards rushing in a huge win for the Kansas City Chiefs?
Yeah, the number one overall player in all of fantasy, I just looked, in our league at least, in Yahoo Sports, he has 282 points. And he had 8 yesterday, was completely held in check. And when the Colts, that's kind of my thing with the Colts this year, is when he was stopped against the Steelers. They lost in Pittsburgh. He was stopped against the Chiefs. They lost in Kansas City. I think if you make Daniel Jones beat you, the Colts are not the team that's going to go deep this year.
Let's move on. Patriots 26, Bengals 20. Patriots win. Don't cover. They were 7-point favorites in this game. A poorly coached team might have folded, but the Patriots kind of kept their composure, put together a touchdown drive with Hunter Henry in the end zone as they come back to win. But they were down 10-0 early in this game after an ugly throw and interception. But Cincinnati could not find a way to close it out. Ravens beat the Jets 23-10. This game was ugly. Lamar didn't do anything, but they found a way to beat the lowly Jets. Tyrod Taylor's actually playing better, though, at quarterback than what Justin Fields was doing earlier in the season. Bears-Steelers, entertaining game here. The Bears didn't have all 3 starting linebackers. They went in a shootout 31-28. How about the Bears? They've got a ton of turnovers that have went their way this year.
Yeah.
And Mason Rudolph threw a pick and he fumbled and they recovered. Really good win for the Bears. 3 touchdown passes from Caleb Williams. That was the first win over a team with a winning record for Chicago, though, this season. And they got 8 wins. Do you believe that? They haven't beat anybody. So I want to see more from the Bears, but they are 8 wins under Ben Johnson this year.
Big improvement.
No question about it.
Caleb looks to be the first Bears quarterback ever to throw for 4,000 yards. So he will essentially be the franchise record holder if he can just reach 4,000. So it's been a good year for the Bears. It's been a good time in Chi-Town.
Ben Johnson. I mean, they ran a double reverse pass. I mean, and it works. And like his timeliness of his play calling, the imagination of the playbook, it's something Chicago fans have to love right now. We'll see if they can keep it rolling. They got a tough 3-game stretch ahead of them with games like the Eagles and tough matchups coming up. All right, Lions. Oh, my goodness. Overtime. Lions, Tigers, and Bears. Oh, my. The Giants almost had them. They didn't have them. And they fired their defensive coordinator. Lions win 34-27. Jameis Winston actually looked pretty good. They had a trick play where he threw a touchdown. He had another trick play where he got a quarterback throwback pass and ran it in, shook a tackle like the 5, and coasted into the end zone. Winston has 3 total touchdowns on the day, and yet Jahmyr Gibbs had the most fantasy points that I've seen anybody have in the entire year in fantasy football. He dropped a 60-burger yesterday in fantasy. He had 11 catches for 45 yards and a touchdown, and he had 15 carries for 219 yards and 2 more touchdowns, including the one in overtime where he shook free on a 54-yarder to put the icing on the cake.
And the Giants had 10 catches of 20-plus yards. Jameis was slinging it. That's the most since 1991.
Yeah.
He was absolutely driving the ball downfield.
Are you confident in the Lions after that game, or are you worried about the Lions?
I was a lot more confident in the Lions a few weeks ago. They seem to be showing some chinks in the armor for sure. As Gibbs, I mean, he was really the only guy that's performed yesterday. Jamison Williams. Amon-Ra had a touchdown,
Good game from
but he
Amon-Ra.
had a few drops too. So I don't know. I think that they are kind of unraveling a little bit. I mean, this is a game they probably should have won. It was a 13.5-point spread favoring the Lions. So this was a tight one that they almost lost.
Yeah, another big line. Seahawks were favored by 12.5 over the Titans. They got a late cover. Titans go down and score. Never really thought the Seahawks were going to lose. They win 30-24. They're already 8 wins. Obviously, they're still trailing the number 1 seed in the NFC after Philadelphia's loss, which is the Rams, after they beat Baker Mayfield up, knocked him out of the game, and hammered down 34-7 on the Bucs last night. Other scores: Packers beat the Vikings 23-6. And I don't even know if the Vikings would get an 8th-round draft pick for J.J. McCarthy right now. Man, he struggled. 12-19, 87 yards, 2 interceptions for J.J. Didn't even get a. How do you not even throw a ball to Jordan Addison?
Yeah,
your number 2 receiver doesn't even get a catch in the game against Green Bay.
That's right. Yeah, it's been not the start.
1 target to Jordan Addison? Are you kidding me? 4 catches for 48 to Jefferson? Like that is, you lost Sam Darnold in free agency to Seattle. He's been incredible other than 1 week where he had 4 turnovers against the Rams, and you still had a chance to win the game.
Yeah.
And you're now going forward with J.J. McCarthy. They might be in the market for another quarterback in this year's draft, because I think this year's draft is actually better than next year's quarterback.
Here's a crazy stat. Vikings quarterback J.J. McCarthy would have a higher passer rating if he would have just spiked the ball on every play. 39.6 rating. McCarthy's rating yesterday, 34.2. Wow. So pretty rough stat there for him.
Yeah, but it avoided the interceptions and the fumble. Eagles, Cowboys, what a game. America's game of the week in the afternoon window on Fox, and this game did not disappoint. Literally, you thought the Cowboys were going to blow it and blow it and blow it and blow it until they didn't. They kicked the game-winning field goal and beat the Eagles 24-21. The Eagles were up 21-0, guys.
They were. Yeah, this is a problem for the Eagles. This, you could say no quit, grit, all this stuff for the Cowboys, but this was a collapse by Philadelphia. I mean, they were rolling early in that game. Hurts looked good. A.J. Brown caught a touchdown. You were thinking, okay, they're smoothing that over. And then the wheels fell off. The fumbles, the turnovers.
Is Dallas's defense all of a sudden real, or is Philadelphia's offensive woes still there?
When you add Quinnen Williams and Logan Wilson, you're going to see a bump. I think that they are seeing it. You're overshown.
Overshown, excuse me. Finally healthy last 2 weeks.
He's good. The linebacker. Yep. So I think that the defense is on the way up. We saw it against the Raiders. They're not a very good offense, but the Eagles, after they got off to that 21-0 start, were hemmed in completely after that. So
George Pickens, 9 catches, $146, and
best addition of the offseason for any team. Any team.
Yeah,
best trade, best free agent signing, doesn't matter. That is the biggest move made this offseason.
Dallas now above 500. They still have a measly tie on their schedule, that tie with Green Bay from earlier in the year. In Vegas yesterday, Shedeur, all eyes were on him. Didn't have a good performance, thrust in there after a concussion to Dylan Gabriel in the second half. He played poorly for the most part, but he dazzled the crowd with a great play to start the game. Rolled out of the pocket, hits Isaiah Bond on a 52-yarder, sets up a short touchdown run by Quinshon Judkins. And it wasn't perfect for Sanders. He didn't drift in the pocket as much. I didn't watch all of this game, but I saw enough of it to know that Shedeur made a huge stride from the previous game where he got all the reps in practice. 11 out of 20, 209 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 pick.
Yeah.
And they win the game 24. They win the game 24-10. Yeah. On the road in the NFL, first rookie since '99 to win a rookie quarterback first start for the Cleveland Browns, who have been a quarterback carousel.
That's right. It's been a long road for Cleveland quarterbacks in their first starts, but Shedeur gets the W, albeit against the Raiders. Still important win.
Jags beat the Cardinals 27-24. This one could have went either way, but Jacksonville hangs on, which was a good thing because with the Colts losing, they've closed the gap, and with KC winning, they had to keep the lead in the wild card there potentially. So Jacksonville with a huge win in the desert on the road against the Cardinals, even though Brissett looks way better at quarterback. And McBride, I'm still going to tell you, McBride is the best, I think, tight end in the National Football League. 9 more catches and 10 targets for 79 yards. He's just a catch machine at the tight end position. Falcons beat the Saints 24-10. Falcons won without Michael Penix Jr. and without the dog, Drake London. The Saints made things pretty easy for them.
Remember my guy David Sills from years ago?
Yes.
The big, tall receiver from West Virginia. He got his first career touchdown pass in that game. I was happy to see that.
Nice.
Well-traveled, practice squads all over the place, but he's found his way up to the big club and caught a touchdown.
Huh?
Yeah.
Okay. And then Sunday night, mentioned it, Rams beat the Bucs 34-7. Fantasy studs, Jahmyr Gibbs, obviously, with the 60-burger.
George Pickens.
Josh Allen had a 50-burger a week ago, or when he had 6 touchdowns. But I think that's the most fantasy points I've seen this year, and it was that's the first player I've noticed going over 60. I could have missed something, but I don't think anybody's went that high in fantasy because if you're in a PPR league, he had 11 catches, so that racks up the points on the receptions. And then obviously the 3 touchdowns, 1 receiving and 2 rushing. Jackson Smith and Jigba dropped 41.5 fantasy points in a PPR league with 176 and 2 touchdowns for JSN.
A big day.
He's still got over a 200-yard lead over the second most yards in the NFL, which is George Pickens, and Pickens had a big day too.
Yeah, he had a massive day. Pickens been the better receiver in Dallas than statistically, you know?
He had a cramp in his calf, they said. He came back in the game, which was good news. They needed him. A.J. Brown, Philadelphia, had 28 points.
Yeah.
Which was good to see. The much maligned, much talked about. We were talking about him last week and how, he's saying, what about Saquon? He ain't as good as he was last year. I don't know.
Throwing some jabs.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with that.
How about Jameis Winston at 36 points? Who thought that when you were starting Jameis this week that he was going to give you 36 big ones, as well as Wan'Dale Robinson, his number 1 target, at 34.6 as well.
Yeah.
That connection was lethal.
No question about it. Tara, any other studs or duds? Anybody you were unhappy with on your fantasy team after the slate?
Yeah, there was quite a few. My team let me down big time this week.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, against CD's TDs too. So
she's worried.
It's not good.
Yeah.
But I had Dubs. Only put up
Romeo
4.
Dobbs.
Yeah. Dobbs, yeah. Mm-hmm. I call him Dubs because never mind, it's dumb. But
the leader on Tara's team was Devontae Adams with 22 points this week.
Yeah,
she had a quiet week.
The second leader on your team was Houston's defense with 20.
And then my kicker.
Uh-oh.
How much did your kicker have?
New England's kicker. He put up 17.7 points.
Okay.
Yeah. So those were my leaders, my defense and my kicker, pretty much. Other than Adams.
Yeah. And then who she's playing.
Had Dak, Pickens.
Yeah. Oh, man. Dak, Pickens, Rasheed Rice.
Yep. McCaffrey's playing
and the Rams
tonight.
defense gave him 23.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Man. I'm glad we got to talk about this.
She's probably stewing on that all night last night.
I was, yeah.
Paulie, how'd your fantasy league go?
Okay, I was waiting for this.
Yeah, for that one.
All right, we've had the matchup in week 1 where I beat you, so now we're 1-1. It's a tied slate. And we'll be at the same record. Me, you, and Warnick are fighting for the basement. And Dale's been talking about a punishment for this league.
Yeah,
so
we saw it.
That's great. He can talk about it all he wants. That has to be set up before the season starts.
And of course, I think the commissioner has the final say, right? The commissioner over here.
Implement something in week 11.
Well, he knows he's not going to be last, so he wants to implement it, obviously.
Yeah,
One of us will get embarrassed.
Of course.
So I hope it's not me. I need to get the ship righted here.
Yeah. Yeah, I think
Me and you are going to be tied at 4-8.
I know it's been that's the worst record I have in any fantasy league, and I'm in a bunch.
And Warnick will be 3-8, and it looks as if he's going to lose to Boston. So we might be one game ahead of the bottom. We might stay right out of the cellar, buddy.
I'm glad I beat you.
Yeah, if I would have won this week, I would have cemented myself as no way I'm in last. So, but now there's still an opportunity to finish last.
My team will probably heat up, and I'll just miss the playoffs.
I don't think you're going to heat up and be close to the playoffs at 4-8.
Oh, come on now.
We got a lot of teams in our league with better than 4-8 records.
Come on now.
I think most of us are at least 7 and 4.
Yeah. 6, 7 is what I see most of the playoff teams. Connor, who's making a nice run, is 5-6.
Yeah.
So
I mean, you guys don't write me off. I could win my last 3. Don't we have 3 left, or we have 2? Playoffs start in week 15,
Let's
right?
see, hold on. I'm on
15,
the fantasy
16,
screen right
and
now.
17.
It is 15, 16, 17. The 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 top 6 teams. I don't think you're top 6.
Nope. Not going to make
You'll
the
be in the
playoffs.
consolation bracket with me, baby.
Okay. I have to play you a third time. I guess at least we'll have...
We can settle it. Yeah, we'll have a side bet on this one.
Yeah. Yeah, I like my chances. Who do the Raiders play that week? Hopefully somebody that has no defense. All right, we got to take a break. But let's do the turkey shoot. Let's fire up the phone lines.
Okay.
435-990-9950. Mondays are so busy, I've forgotten. I was going to do this like 3 times this morning, and I have spaced, so apologies. We'll even take 2 contestants in a row here, if you would like. We teamed up with Palmer Litigation and Digby's Market to give away some turkeys for Thanksgiving. We're running out of shows. We got today, tomorrow, and Wednesday. You know what we're going to do, though, is... we've got a few turkeys and a few gift cards, and we'll have some fun with this tonight. And we'll give some of our patrons at Wingnuts a chance to win as well. So if you come to our Monday Night Football watch party, you'll have a chance to win. Whoever wins Paulie's Bingo tonight. Are we doing Paulie's Bingo tonight? I better double. Okay, we are. If whoever wins that is going to get a turkey tonight, and then for second and third, we'll give gift certificates away to Digby's at Wingnuts. But you got to get there before kickoff. So you got to be there before, what is it, 6:15 kickoff?
We didn't have a single card last week.
No, they go.
Every single card.
We only print 30 cards. So the first 30 that want to play get a play. I mean, our printer is almost out of ink. So we have to limit it to 30.
All right, I like that.
As Paulie's Bingo.
Yeah, it's an exclusive crowd. You got to get there
yes,
early.
Yes.
Got to get there early. Get your seat early and get yourself a card.
All right, so we'll do some turkey shoots tonight. We'll give away some prizes tonight at Wingnuts. Again, the code word's Paulie tonight at Wingnuts.
Ooh, Steve Smith.
Thank you.
And Patrick Willis.
Thank you.
There it is.
Wear your
Memory.
jersey. It's Niner. The Niners, and I know there's Niner fans out there. I still think there's going to be 3 NFC West teams to make the playoffs. I think the Niners, the Rams, and the Seahawks are all going to make the top 7 in the NFC. I really do. So Niner fans, where you at? Panther fans, you better represent. Come on out. Get your Cam Newton jerseys out of the closet and get on over there. Anybody got a Steve Smith jersey? Paulie will give you 5 extra raffle tickets.
Okay.
And a second free space on your bingo card. How about that?
Oh!
Yeah, second free
If
space.
anybody has
Steve Smith.
There's
If I
got to be
see
some
it.
Ute fans
Yeah.
in St. George that have a Stevie Smith jersey.
All right. If we see one, I promise you get a second free spot, and you pick where you want it.
Oh, okay.
All right, got to take a break. We'll be back to wrap things up after this. Welcome back, sports fans. It's the Drive Show today, brought to you by our friends at Prime IV. Prime IV's got you hooked up this month. Their Black Friday deals are not just this week. They've been going all month. If you check them out, go to the website, primevstg.com. That's primevstg.com. Don't want anybody to think, oh, I wanted to get that website, but Devin said it so fast I couldn't get to it. Or you can stop on by, get some gift certificates, take advantage. They got a bunch of packages to make you feel better, to recover, to compete, or to make your skin and hair and nails glow. They got all kinds of things that'll help you with allergies or the cold flu season. Get on down there and see why so many choose Prime IV. And tell them the guys on the Fan Sports Network and the girls and Tara send you to.
Yeah.
You were saying the other day you needed to get into Prime IV.
I do, yeah.
And you didn't go yet, did you?
I haven't yet.
No.
But I need to. Because
You
I love,
haven't been
I love
busy or
going.
anything.
I know. It's not like I've had nothing to do.
No, since Tara has jumped on with us, she didn't know what she was getting into here
Right.
at the station.
That's right.
Mornings,
Yeah.
evenings,
afternoons.
She's like, wait a minute, I got to go watch my kid's game.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah,
That's right.
We're hopping. A final segment for us. We've got shows today, tomorrow, and Wednesday. I know, Tara, you're taking off Tuesday, but
Yes.
Paulie and I will be in on Wednesday morning.
Nice.
And then we'll be off Thursday, Friday, and we'll be back in the saddle a week from today. So we'll take a couple days off. It's my wife's birthday on Wednesday. We're heading out of town on Thursday, and we'll be back on Sunday. And so. Looking forward to eating some turkey and hanging out and watching some football. And I'm actually going to the happiest place on earth. I don't know if people agree with that or not.
Yeah.
I thought my kids were too big for that, but my wife is never.
You're never too big. I'm going next year to Disney World as a 32-year-old.
We went last Christmas. That's what we did last Christmas.
Okay.
And now here's Thanksgiving. 10 months later, I'm going
again.
That's right. There you go. You and
down.
Mickey.
Yeah.
Make sure you get your ears, buddy.
Oh my gosh! You know what I'll get? Mickey's ice cream.
Yeah.
Oh.
And I'll get a giant turkey leg.
Yeah, I like the turkey legs. Yeah, there you go.
It's the best value at the park.
Caveman walking around Disneyland.
You do honestly look like
I
a
know.
caveman. It's like a club. It's like
like Fred Flintstone.
Yeah, it's like Bam Bam's club or whatever. Yeah, Bam Bam.
Oh, I thought you were too old. You remember the Flintstones.
Flintstones were on Cartoon Network when I was a kid. Yeah.
Wow.
Fred and Barney and all those guys.
Wow.
Yeah, I know that show.
Okay.
Do you remember like Fraggle Rock and stuff?
Was that the dinosaur?
No.
No. I don't remember
He
all
doesn't
of them.
remember that.
I don't remember that one, but
Yeah, okay.
Fraggle Rock. I remember
Rock.
Bedrock. That's the town, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Flintstones. Yep.
Man, what resonates after Monday's show? The Rams are a juggernaut. They just destroyed the Bucs last night. I think clearly.
Yeah, sorry, buddy. Matt Stafford's going to steal MVP.
He
from
might.
Your boy.
Dude, he was so hot in that first half. He was just throwing precise passes. You know, Collinsworth was his 500th broadcast last night. And he was talking about how that bad back, all the core work he did has made Matthew Stafford a better quarterback. Because you know when you have a bad back, and I've had trainers tell me this.
Yeah.
And my back always hurts less when my core is stronger. I've noticed that trend. So I was buying what Collinsworth was. I actually agreed with Chris Collinsworth last night.
You're not a Collinsworth guy.
No, I'm fine with Collinsworth. He's fine.
Okay.
You know, Rams... Stafford, 273, 3 touchdowns. He's got 30 touchdowns this season, 2 interceptions. Eagles look terrific, blowing a 21-0 lead. Cowboys win. Shedeur Sanders, Brown's third-string quarterback, maybe the most controversial player in the NFL this year, becomes Cleveland's quarterback to win his debut start since 1995 as he beat the Raiders. Showed some flashes of promise. We thought this might be the year where Patrick Mahomes' magic evaporates. Nope. Trailing 20-9 to the Colts in the fourth quarter. They come back, tie it, force overtime, and win it. 6-5. You wonder if it's a run's coming now.
Yeah.
Feel bad for the Giants today.
Oh, I saw a really good, actually, Facebook post.
Giants become the first NFL team mathematically eliminated from the postseason after their overtime loss to the Lions.
Yeah. Daniel Jones is 8-3. The Giants are 2-10. Mike Vrabel is 10-2. The Titans are 1-10. Sam Darnold is 8-3. The Jets are 2-9. Losing the breakup this badly is rough.
How about Malik Neighbors' tweet, too, in frustration?
Yeah, I had that. Let me pull that up. He took it down.
It's like we're trying to lose.
Yeah.
We don't take the field goal. We don't get the stop. We lose the game.
No timeouts used.
He since deleted that. I'm sure somebody in the Giants.
Oh, somebody screenshotted it for all of Twitter. Here we go.
Yeah, it's still
Sometimes
out there.
I think they be making us lose on purpose because it's no way, bro. You throw the ball instead of running it to make them burn 2 timeouts, 3 question marks. Then you don't kick the field goal, 3 question marks. Then they go down and score, 3 exclamation points. Football common sense, 6 exclamation points. Am I missing something? Yeah.
Well, you know, when you're out due to injury and not able to help, and you're a wide receiver, and you're saying to run the ball, that's interesting. And then, you know, you got to refrain. That's not a wise tweet. You got an interim coach.
Yeah, it's not very good for the morale.
You've now fired your DC today. By the way, one more coaching casualty from over the weekend. Cal fires Justin Wilcox after 9 seasons after they got blew out by their rival Stanford. He won 48 games, lost 55 in Berkeley. Now, Nick Rolovich, who is currently an offensive analyst at Cal and the former Washington State head coach who got fired for refusing a COVID-19 vaccine.
That's right.
He's the interim coach.
He stood on business. He would never do that.
Isn't the lawsuit still going on about that?
Still fervent.
Well, that's how we ended up with Craig Stutzman here at Utah Tech, if you remember, for 1 season. And that's how we got, Billy Joe Hobart's son, Joey Hobart, who was an All-American that year, all-conference guy. All right, rate the show. Paulie, go. We got seconds left of the show.
I'm going to go strong today. I really did think it was a good show. I'm going to go 9.5. 9.5 out of 10 today. A lot of good content.
The Idaho judge, Tara.
Yeah, I'm going to about the same, 9.5.
9.5. All right.
Lots of good stuff to talk about.
That's right. 9.5.
Good weekend of sports.
Glad it's not a 10. Glad it's not a 10.
We'll
give you a 10 tomorrow, baby. All right, closing time. Thanks for listening, watching. We'll see you tomorrow. You guys have a great Monday. Happy Thanksgiving week. We'll see you in the morning.